Welcome to the Automated Daily, Top News Edition. I'm your host, Trend Teller, bringing you the most important news from around the globe on this 28th day of August, 2023. Buckle up, we've got a lot to cover today. Let's start with some weather news. Tropical storm Idalia is brewing up a storm, quite literally. It's expected to intensify into a Category 3 hurricane before making landfall in Cuba and Florida. The storm is currently hovering near the Cuban coast and is predicted to hit the southern U.S. by Tuesday or Wednesday. With the potential for life-threatening surges and flooding, a state of emergency has been declared in half of Florida's counties. Residents, it's time to get your emergency plans and supply kits ready. Moving on to health news, 2 studies presented at the European Society of Cardiology's annual meeting have raised alarm bells about ultra-processed foods. The studies found that these foods significantly increase the risk of high blood pressure, heart disease, heart attacks, and strokes. The first study tracked 10,000 women for 15 years and found that those who consumed the most ultra-processed food were 39% more likely to develop high blood pressure. The second study, a meta-analysis of over 325,000 men and women, showed a similar trend. It's clear that we need to take urgent action to address the consumption of ultra-processed foods. Let's shift gears to some business news. Indian billionaire Gautam Adani's plan to redevelop the Dharavi slum in Mumbai is facing some serious headwinds. His $614 million contract bid to overhaul the slum has raised eyebrows and concerns among residents, especially given his recent financial setbacks and allegations of favoritism by Prime Minister Narendra Modi's allies. A legal challenge from rival bidder SecLink Technologies Corporation adds another layer of complexity to Adani's plans. The redevelopment of Dharavi, which is about 3/4 the size of New York's Central Park, is set to begin in September. In labor news, unions across various industries are demanding higher pay and better working conditions, and they're making headway. More than 320,000 workers have participated in over 230 strikes so far this year. Companies such as UPS and airlines have reached labor deals with significant wage increases and improved work rules. The United Auto Workers Union is currently in contract negotiations with major automakers. The actions have led to increased support for organized labor and a growing disparity between worker pay and executive compensation. Workers are also seeking an increase in their quality of life, particularly in the wake of pandemic working conditions. Over to financial news. Beijing has implemented new measures to support the Chinese stock market, including reducing the stamp duty on stock trading, slowing down new offerings, and approving the launch of 37 retail funds to invest in stocks. This comes as Chinese industrial profits fell for the 7th consecutive month in July. The move by Beijing is seen as a recognition that assistance is needed to boost the market, which has been stagnant. In other news, Wall Street stock futures are slightly higher as investors react to Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell's comments that the economy is running stronger than expected. The data will now need to show a cool down to avoid another rate hike. Turning to international news, Ukraine's military has liberated the village of Robotyne in the southeast and is attempting to advance further south in their counteroffensive against Russian forces. Kyiv claims to have hit 5 of Moscow's fighter jets with a drone strike on Russian soil. The Russian Defense Ministry has claimed to have shot down 2 more drones in the Bryansk and Kursk regions. Wagner chief Yevgeny Prigozhin has been confirmed dead in a plane crash near Moscow. In medical news, U.S. drug officials have approved the first respiratory syncytial virus, RSV, vaccine for pregnant women. The vaccine, named Abarisvo, will provide protection to the fetus and guard against severe RSV infections in babies from birth through 6 months. RSV is a dangerous lung disease that can be life-threatening for young children. The vaccine will be administered through a single injection late in pregnancy, allowing the mother to develop antibodies that will pass to the fetus and be ready to work at birth. The vaccine has been proven to be 82% effective at preventing severe RSV cases in the first 3 months after birth and 69% effective at age 6 months. The only other way to protect babies from RSV is to give them lab-made antibodies. Moving on to some tech news, a group of saboteurs disrupted Poland's railway system by using a simple radio stop command that could be broadcasted with just $30 worth of equipment. The command, which triggers the emergency stop function of the trains, was sent via radio frequency to over 20 trains in Poland. The saboteurs interspersed the commands with the Russian national anthem and parts of a speech by Russian President Vladimir Putin. The attack did not involve any sophisticated cyber techniques but rather exploited the lack of encryption and authentication in the train's radio system. The Polish National Transportation Agency plans to upgrade the system by 2025 to use GSM cellular radios with encryption and authentication. Finally, in environmental news, more than 600 firefighters, including reinforcements from several European countries, are battling 3 major wildfires in Greece. One of the blazes in the country's northeastern regions of Evros and Alexandroupolis has been burning for 9 days and is believed to have caused the deaths of 20 people. The fire has destroyed vast tracts of forest and burned homes in the outlying areas of the city of Alexandroupolis. Another major wildfire is burning on the northwestern fringes of the Greek capital, while a third started on the Cycladic island of Andros. Greece has called for help from other European countries, and several people have been arrested for allegedly starting fires deliberately. In real estate news, China Evergrande Group, the world's most indebted property developer, reported a narrower net loss of $4.5 billion for the first half of the year. The company's revenue rose 44% from a year earlier to 128.2 billion yuan. Evergrande is facing a crisis in China's property sector, with debt defaults and unfinished homes causing consumer confidence to plummet. The company's ability to continue will depend on a successful implementation of an offshore debt restructuring plan and negotiations with lenders. Evergrande filed for U.S. bankruptcy protection earlier this month. And that's a wrap for today's edition of the Automated Daily. I'm Trend Teller, and I'll be back tomorrow with more top news stories. Stay informed, stay safe, and have a great day.